calling in names, and I ain't going down memory lane. But you got people out there that rejoice in your calamity. It's a joy to them to see when you're suffering. Kid you not. Speaking of experience. Don't get me wrong now. Don't think I'm like, like dealing out judgment against anybody, or painting any bad picture of anybody, but I'm just letting you know there are people out there that rejoice in your calamity. When distress is upon you, some people rejoice in it. They're happy for that. They don't want to see it go now. So yes guys, these are the ones that we came upon, and I think I'm gonna get a string of it. Yeah, I think this one right here. Yeah. Nice fresh fish guys, straight from the ocean on the string right here. Can't get it fresher than this guys. So yes guys, welcome back to the channel. It's another beautiful day. Hope that everything is good with you and your family, your loved ones, your friends, and all that good stuff. It's a nice, bright, sunny day, guys. Spring is here. Not just long came in from work and chill out. See, I'm gonna just make a video. Last night I was at work, and my sister came to mind, so I gave her a call and we were talking. And within the conversation, she jogged my mind down in memory lane. It caused me to think about some stuff that I experienced growing up, and the major part that she played in my life as a youngster growing up, and for which I will eternally be grateful. Sis, thank you. And I came home and I said I'm gonna do a video of my childhood and my experience and the impact and the role that my sister played in my life, and the impact that she had, the tremendous impact that she have on my life, my sister Michelle Robinson Powell. So if you guys are ready to go down memory lane, or are ready to hear a good story, grab your coffee and your tea and get ready. Here we go. So yes, yeah, we were talking last night, and she brought back some stuff that while we were growing up, young kids growing up in our, even before before our teens growing up, and majority of it wasn't good. Not to say that I regret it, but I'm glad for the experience and experience those early years. And it's not to like harbor bitterness or remember stuff, but just to see the transition of just to see the transition of life that I've been through, and through his stage, how my sister had played a major role, or be a motivating factor in my life. Michelle Robinson Powell. Yeah, I'm talking about you, sis. Yeah, I remember growing up young in my community, family of 8, 5 siblings, 6 children. My sister is the first, and 5 boys follow after. And she was not afraid, and she's still not afraid to let you know that she is the first child. Even though we're grown men, like, we need to be reminded that she's the first one, but she let you know at a instant that she is the first child. And I will always tip my hat to my sister. I remember growing up, and I'm not ashamed to say that growing up we didn't have it. We, we didn't have it. I'm not going to pretend and tell them. My sister can tell them, my brothers, even from the community where I'm from. Ask anybody, we didn't have it. And I remember growing up and how, you know, back then my father would be in the fields, you know, burning coal, making brooms, cutting sugar to sell, and all that stuff. Raising goats, planting yam, banana in his little ground and all that stuff. My mom didn't start. My mom wasn't working, didn't started working back then, and yeah, she was just having kids year after year, kids. Each kid she has have things get more even harder, rougher, and I look back at some of the stuff. I try to figure out what could it have been better, or it's just so life is. But you know, some of us go through certain chapters in life. It's a learning process. There's something to be learned from it. I bet you, I kid you not. Any of you out there can relate. A lot of stuff that we've been through life is supposed to teach us something for the future. And I remember when my sister was the one that would be cooking. She would be the one to pick us up from school, cook the dinner, wash our clothes, help Lee to bake the cornmeal pudding, to make the bag juice. You know, she would always be there scraping the stick to make brooms. Always be there to shred the palm leaves so that my father could get them to cut up to make his brooms. She would be there when, you know, there was no food in the house and my father would have only some bottles scattered across the yard. You would put them in a crocker's bag and say, here, Michelle, go sell them. Michelle doesn't hesitate. Michelle would just show the crocker's bag of bottles, D&G bottles, over her shoulder. And off she go, man, off she went. Without a second thought. Michelle. And then sometimes you look back at it and you say, man, my sister was something else when she was growing up. I remember when she got saved and she started going to church. But then we didn't have a lot of clothes. Shoes, forget it. You get one pair of shoes back then. I remember wearing a pair of shoes. I remember having a pair of shoes back then. The heel fell off and I had to use chicken wire to tie it up. And it was so bad that every time I put it on, the wire would be sticking me in my foot, in my heel. I would have to put cardboards in there just to cushion it a little. That's how bad it was growing up. And I remember my sister got saved. She was the first one out of the family to go in church. Apart from my mom. My mom's a backslider. She got saved way back when my father took her out of church. Yada, 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 long story. My sister got saved, went into church. And man, I tell you, God works in mysterious ways, man. And my sister got saved and went into church. And, you know, people would give her stuff. And what she got, she would bring it to the house. She would get food, she would get clothes that she's got. I'm not talking about no brand new clothes. I'm talking about wear and left clothes. I don't remember getting any brand new clothes. I'm talking about wear and left. And we took it with great joy. We never throw it away. We wore it. We wash them and we wear them. Even when people looking at us like they want to say, oh, that's my pants, that's my shirt, that's my shoes. I don't care. I'm wearing it. And anything that she got, anything she gets, she would bring it up into the house. Bring it to us. Food, she'd bring it. Clothes, she'd bring it. Certain things that I never wore is because of my sister got saved. Why I wore certain stuff. Eat certain stuff also. I remember the first day my sister brought a thing of mayonnaise in the house. The first time having mayonnaise. And this is a church sister gave it to her. I won't even call her name. She's passed away now, God rest her soul. She got a jar of mayonnaise and she brought, man, we ate mayonnaise like it was nothing. Raw mayonnaise. Because, what mayonnaise? Oh, beautiful. And then she got a job at this place they call Beautiful Windows. I think it was Beautiful Windows if my memory serves me right. And back then we didn't have even pillows to rest our head on. Blankets, I didn't even know that they have a thing they call name spread or blanket until my sister started work at this place. And when they would throw away the cuttings in the dumpster, my sister would go and pick them up and bring them home and pack them in this barrel, in this cardboard barrel that she got from somewhere. And she would pack them up because back then we didn't have dressers or dresser to put our clothes in our closet. We would pack our clothes in barrels that we would get from people that would get them from foreign. After taking out the food, they would give us the barrel and we use the barrel to pack our clothes in because back then we didn't have any dressers. Barrel was our dresser. You'd pack them up in something, you take out the clothes, they full up of cockroach eggs, cockroach doodle, smell, all sort of stuff. Yeah. So when my sister started working at this place, she would get the cuttings. Don't get me wrong, and don't misinterpret what I'm saying. She didn't take the boss fabric. She took the cuttings that was in the dumpster and she would bring them home because back then my mom started working by that time and she trusts a sewing machine from Singer. I think Singer came back for that machine. I think 100,000 times they came back to repossess it. I would give them $20, $20, $20, $20, and they would go and come back until eventually finally paid off for it. And that was the machine my sister used to put those pieces of fabric together and make pillows for us to sleep on. Never slept on a pillow before, never rest my head on a pillow before until my sister started working at Beautiful Windows. She's the first one that let me sleep and rest my head on a pillow. God bless Beautiful Windows. I don't know if they're still open now or closed. I'm going to have to ask her. And she would collect those pieces of fabric, collect the pieces of sponge, and she would bring them home. Sew pillow. This week she would make a pillow for me, make a pillow for Dorian, make a pillow for my mother, make a pillow for Draco, make a pillow for Hyen. That's how she do it. And then she would bring home some more pieces, and then she would make spreads and blankets. Back then I didn't even know that they have something in blanket. You know, back then we were sleeping on sponge. I'm not talking about your fancy mattress that you go in the store and buy. I'm talking about sponge where when you wake up, pieces are in your hair. I remember waking up in the morning trying to, waking up in the morning be trying to rub out sponge out of my hair. Something you go to school, your class will be saying, nah, look at him, he got sponge in his ears. Yes. My sister would put those pieces of fabric together, sew them, make spread and blanket for us. Thank you, sis. You know what I'm talking about. My brothers know what I'm talking about. My mother know what I'm talking about. My sister been always there providing for us. We were going to this school they call Kellingworth in Sandy Bay. And she was going down there, and then I eventually I didn't graduate from school. I fall out of school because I was giving trouble, and I went down there too to get a trade, and that was 1 year after she started, and she met a lot of friends down there. People that would give her food and clothes, and she would bring it up to the house to give us to eat and all that good stuff. God always provides you, my sister. And when I started going down there, man, I was wearing these shoes that my toes was exposing, and at the bottom you could see the bottom of my foot underneath the shoes. And this lady, one of her friends saw me, big lady, she called me and said, I need to talk to you. And she called me in the office and she said, don't you see your toe poking through the shoes? I said, yeah. Don't you see there's a hole underneath your shoe? I said, yeah. So why are you wearing it? I said to her, I said, man, if I stop to see that, I won't come to school. I want to learn a trade, so I don't have time to see that right now. So the following day, she called me back in the office, man. She got a pair of shoes for me. Brand new pair of shoes, man. I tell you no lie. And that was for her in a long while that I wear a brand new pair of shoes. If it wasn't for that lady, if it wasn't for my sister opening up that door for me, my sister. Be like years I haven't wear a brand new pair of shoes that nobody have ever worn before. God has always been blessing my family through my sister. My sister has always been there for the family, man. Same Kellingworth with this girl, and this girl migrated and went to England. I'm not gonna call her name, but respect you and love you. Now I go call her name, but love you. And she went to England, and we never get a barrel yet. Never get a barrel. And I remember one day I got a call. Oh, man, there's a barrel at war for us to pick up. I said, who sent the barrel? I lie tell. Yeah, one barrel come. Yeah, man, one barrel come. That time, think a God come. A God come right now, cause a barrel come. Cause we don't know what it is to get a barrel. Michelle, Jaja. Remember I go clear the barrel, and bring up the barrel up in the yard. And I say, because where we live, you have to empty out the barrel to carry it up in the hills. And a door to door. There's no door to door. Drop off a light post, so you have to load it up in a crocodile bag or anything you got if we bring it up in the hill. Yeah. Up in the hills. And man, remember I bust the barrel, I say, me smell the barrel, I say, ja, that's so foreign smell good, man. And man, when you looking at it and see stuff there, I say, somebody something, when you looking at the barrel now, things that want me see now, I say, I never eat them as, for them as something, I never eat them before. I said, I will empty out the barrel and carry the stuff them cover the out. Man, following them to go and work. Me don't go and work, me call out. Me say, foreign come, me can't go and no work. Me want to smell and eat foreign. Yeah. I say, it did you know. I say to myself that, man, the blessing of my sister will flow in this family. Everywhere my sister go, whosoever she meet as friends, not only bless her, but bless the family. Always been that way, even until now. Always they bless the family. Anything what them bless my sister with, the family get blessed. Michelle Robinson Powell, you may have talk to. Nothing me forget. Whether you bring in it by your hand, whether you usually bring in it by your hand, by your own hand, or God, Jesus send it through somebody else's hand, you always been there for the family, especially through the struggles. Always been there, sis. Man, when you think things would get, and when you think things was getting better, it took the turn for the worse. My father was diagnosed with cancer. They gave him 6 months to live. They gave him 6 months to live. And he was in the hospital. We would go there, look for him, take care of him. He came home. Within less than 6 months, he died. And I said, what? It's already rough, and this is getting worse. Man, the guy died. My late father, he died, and he only left her, and he only had $100 Jamaican dollars in his account. We didn't know how we were gonna bury him, man. He died, left 3 young sons. 3 young boys, man. Right now I ask them if they remember what he looks like. None of them have no idea what their late father looked like. None of them. To show you how young they were when he died. And when the guy died, the family went into a disastrous state, guys. And who was the one that kept the family together? Michelle. I know she know what I'm talking about. And you know one of the strangest thing, man? Some people rejoice in your calamity. I tell you. There are some people, God bless those that provide, and bless those that were along, that God put along the way to help us through our struggle. But there were some that rejoice in our calamity. I tell you, I won't call any names, and I ain't going down memory lane, but you got people out there that rejoice in your calamity. It's a joy to them to see when you're suffering. Kid you not. Speaking of experience. Don't get me wrong now. Don't think I'm like dealing out judgment against anybody, or painting any bad picture of anybody. But I'm just letting you know there are people out there that rejoice in your calamity. When distress is upon you, some people rejoice in it. They're happy for that. They don't want to see it go down. But my sister kept us together, kept the family together. Michelle. And we came together as a family, sheep. I was working, the little that I was getting in the garment factory, I would help to take care of the family, and the little thing that my sister have, she would send it down. My mom was working just the same way. We have family members that was helping out, and you know the Samaritans that God provided, they were there to help us along the way. But Michelle, and little by little we take our time. They grow up, everybody grow up, you know, become big man, and you know, they were able to manage. None of them died, man. It was rough. There are certain things you can't talk. There are certain things that you don't even utter, because there are certain things that you may say that even family member get upset at the truth. Certain things I won't even say. But Michelle, and we became closer as a family because of that. That situation caused me to grow up faster, man. To like, my mind was more now on taking care of my brothers, helping out my mother, and than anything else. It was just family. And my sister would call me every time and say, yo, Manix, I know us, yo, may so come look for you, man. Just do the good work, do the good work. Just play the part. May come down next week. May send some money come down for help you out. May send down some money. Never discourage me yet. Michelle Robinson Powell. And man, kids, brother goes, grow up, everybody get their job and everything. Who to move out, who to migrate, go yonder, who to go at Choco, and all of that stuff. You know, everybody grow up, and you know, but the love and the unity was still there. And when you think it is over, here comes calamity, man. One of my brother died. I said, what? My sister called me. I was at work and my sister called me and said, Manix, yo, I got a call from Kingston. They say that I got to come to Kingston quick because something is wrong with Andrico. I said, what? When I heard that, I said, you know what? It sounds like nothing good coming out of it. By the days over, my sister called back and said, Manix Andrico pass off. Wow. Guys, any of you out there have any sisters, man? Love your sisters, man. If a one sister you have, love your sister. If a more than one sister you have, love your sisters. Sister, if a one sister you got, love your sister. Mother, father, love your daughter. Because you see sometimes when the boy them run gone, and the girl did have to take care of everything. Lock it down. Don't joke. Now I know. This is my story. So what? Draco died? Draco dead? Yeah. It was a mind-blowing experience, man. But my sister was there to encourage us, pray for us, and to keep our mind focused. and I will be eternally grateful for what you did, what you are doing, and what I know you will continually do for the family. So my sister, keep on doing what you're doing, man. From my brother to my sister. You better not forget. Thank you for everything. Virgin anyhow, you know, I've out there, you got no sister. Love no sister, man. When I talk about somebody touch your sister, you go kill him, you don't chop him up, you don't go shoot him. That's not what I'm talking about. Love your sister. Show your sister the respect what she deserves, because if I name the big sister sometime or the little sister sometime, Jah know. Sister, I love you every time. Keep on doing the good work, alright? So here come to the end. Now I have reached the end of my story time, guys. I got some work to do right now. I got some couple tiles that I got to install. I'm gonna see if I can get it done. Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, guys, subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, press that post notification button that you won't miss a video. Okay? And yeah, if you're ever in Jamaica, St. James, if you ever visit Jamaica, Montego Bay, St. James, she just recently started a thing for children. If you to help out kids in her community, you know, I'm gonna drop her contact in the description below, that you can contact her. And you know, if you wanna help out, man, cause she's doing a great work right now, helping young kids in her community. Herlock, that's the name. Herlock in St. James. She's down there doing a marvelous work, man. So any of you guys need a church to go, need somebody to talk to, that's the woman to talk to, man. That's the woman of God you can talk to. She ain't gonna spin you no a Nancy story. She been there, man. If you need somebody to listen to, Mr. Robinson Powell down there in Herlock will listen to you, man. You need a church to go to, check her out, man. She's a down-to-earth lady, down-to-earth pastor, down-to-earth evangelist, all that good stuff, you know. Thank you, my sister. Keep on doing the good work. Viewers, have a good one. Be safe, all right?